Hey everybody, it's Live from the RR, the show where we talk about all things Twin Peaks. My name is Casey, and I want to give a quick introduction to the show. My friends Kevin and Noah and I have been anticipating this third season of Twin Peaks airing for quite a while, and we thought we would go over each episode weekly. So that's what we're going to do. None of us are professional critics. None of us really have any background in entertainment analysis. We just love Twin Peaks, and we love to hang out and talk about it. So that's what you can expect from Live from the RR. The other thing I want to address is we went to an actual restaurant to record the show against our better judgment. As you'll hear, there was loud country music playing that our microphones couldn't really compete with. So apologies for that, but every episode after that one will sound much like you're hearing me right now. So if you'd like to get a hold of us with questions, comments, or feedback about the show, you can email us at livefromtherr@gmail.com. That's live from the letter R at gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and on with the show. Hey everybody, it's Casey.
This is Kevin.
This is Noah.
And we are coming to you live from the RR.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. We're going to talk about Twin Peaks on this show. We're going to break down every episode. Today we'll be doing episodes 1 and 2 of Season 3, entitled The Return. Did you guys know that? That's what it's called?
I sure did.
I was looking for episode titles, and I didn't have anything except The Return.
The Return, yes.
Yeah. These episodes were written and directed by... Well, no, they weren't written.
Written by both Frost and Lynch, but I believe just directed by
David Lynch.
Yeah, you ever heard of that guy?
Yes.
Can I just add that we're going to talk about all things Twin Peaks, except for Judy.
Right.
We're not going to be talking about her at all.
We're going to leave her out of it. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Let's get an episode. I'm going to quickly break down what happened in it, and then we're going to start talking about it. So,
real quick, overall.
Yeah.
Overall. Thumbs down, thumbs up for you and everyone?
What I've been saying is my thumb started way up, went way down, and came right back up by the end of it.
All right.
I think it was up the whole time for me.
Yeah?
I thought
Really?
it was incredible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it a thumbs up.
Yeah?
Yeah,
A reluctant thumbs up?
No. Well, I reacted the way that I thought I was going to react. I was a little bit disappointed, but also super stoked, and was mostly just along for the ride.
It was a roller coaster for sure.
It was a roller coaster,
Yes.
definitely. So I'm with you. I'll give it a thumbs up, way down, and then back up again.
I'd say it delivered.
So do you all think that the episode starts off, it's the Giant and Cooper? I think that's the Black Lodge.
Well, I want to talk about that. It's completely different.
Yeah.
In like color and like set designs, everything else. Let me just run it down real quick.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right, so we open on Cooper has a mysterious conversation with the Giant and what appears to be the Black Lodge.
Yes.
Jacoby has shovels delivered to him, much like David Lynch had the movie delivered to the TV instead of the theater. Did you guys hear that promo?
No.
How he's explaining how it's like an 18-hour movie, but instead of it going on a truck and being delivered to the theater, it goes on a truck and is delivered to the TV.
I never heard that promo.
Wow, that's
Jeez.
great.
All right, then in Buckhorn, South Dakota?
Yeah.
A woman is found dead, and old Matthew Lillard is the prime suspect. He looks super old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Doppelganger Cooper drives a Mercedes-Benz and does criminal stuff. Hawk looks sick
Yep.
and gets a call from Margaret, the log lady.
Which was the saddest
Heartbreaking.
thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Killed me.
heartbreaking. Yeah.
A young man in a New York City high-rise archives surveillance footage of a mysterious box. Ben Horn speaks with his new secretary and we learn of Jerry's new business.
Oh, how classic was it that Jerry is now a huge pothead?
Yeah.
It was amazing. And then I think somewhere in here it goes into episode 2. Old Matt Lillard's situation gets complicated, and his wife is shot by Coop, doppelganger Coop, and then he does a bunch of boring stuff. Cooper explores the Black Lodge and ends up floating in the glass box, and then finally Shelley hangs with her girls at the Roadhouse. And James looks super excited to be acting.
Oh, yeah.
That dude is so pumped
Yeah,
to be on the show.
Totally. He looks a bit haggard.
But he's like so enthusiastic. Like,
I
he's
think
like,
he grew in his forehead.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks all right. He looks all right.
We should
I always
do,
felt so
like-
bad because people, I mean, of course, I'm guilty of it now, but people always ripped on him for his like forehead being so much larger than
Yeah.
anything else on his body.
yeah. He's aged decently.
I know
We
he
can
had
talk about how everyone.
Yeah.
well, he had like a
some have.
medical thing. I can't
he
remember,
really?
but yeah, he was sick for a while.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right. I feel bad about that, but he still looks like a little
A
too
lot of people.
enthusiastic to be.
Deputy Andy, he's
Oh my God. Is he wearing like a pillow under his?
I don't
That
know.
dude, that's what it looked
I don't
like.
know.
But yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so
Pretty unreal.
Metabolism, dude.
yeah, what do you make of the very first black and white? It's kind of black and white. They're in some sort of other dimensional thing, talking to the giant. And he gives them some clues.
Yeah, so my interpretation of that after watching the episode is that is the Black Lodge, because if you remember, I believe it's the last episode of season 2 where the little man from another place says, "This is the waiting room."
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
And
Okay.
some of your friends are already here.
right.
And then, of course, that's when, Laura, Palmer, the giant, and the waiter kind of, transition into each other. But for some reason, I interpret now that opening shot as being the true Black Lodge,
Sure.
and the red velvet drapes and the chevron kind of patterned floor as being the waiting room.
Got it. Okay. And it'll be hard to know like when things are happening, because I think like what Mike is telling him, like, is this the future or is this the past or is this future, is like
Well, I
kind
read
of like
I watched a video on YouTube the other day that put the theory that in Fire a Walk with Me, the ending scene there in the Black Lodge, or the waiting room, whatever it may be, that was what was happening there was both the almost like the prequel, but also after the show as well. Like it was simultaneously the past and
Sure.
the
Oh,
future.
sure.
yeah.
So I wonder if it's like something where there's time really isn't
Yeah.
a factor in that.
Yeah.
In that.
I'm not gonna put too much weight on trying to figure things
Yeah,
out
yeah, exactly.
as
yeah,
far as
trying
like time and technology and all that stuff.
yeah.
But it was cool. It was like, didn't it start with like legacy footage? It started with
Yeah,
like
with
something,
Laura.
and then went to this, which looked like incredible. It looked so cool to see it with like modern,
Yeah.
like super clear.
Yeah, I think the
cameras
show
and
is
stuff.
visually stunning
It
all
was
around.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then it went to a super long, drawn out shot before that first note of the theme song,
Yeah.
which like I like stood up. It was unbelievable.
The
Yeah.
new, or not the new theme, but the
new,
the
like,
images
footage
with it, yeah, it's amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So cool.
That was a highlight for me.
Yeah, that was tight. That was good.
Um,
What were you guys eating? I talked to Noah.
yeah.
My
What were
brother.
you eating?
Okay, so my
show?
brother and a couple friends and I watched it. We had baguette, brie,
You
and
did?
butter. Oh
You went all
yeah.
out? Oh my god.
Yeah, cherry pie and a blueberry pie.
Yes.
One was vegan, so
Yeah.
yeah. So we kind of went all out on that
That's
tip.
epic. My wife made a raspberry pie
Wow.
with raspberries from your farm, your parents'
True.
farm, Casey.
True.
And they were, yeah, my wife's amazing.
Yeah, I'll take a little
Pie was
top off on my
delicious.
coffee. Thank you.
And and I had some black decaf coffee.
Did you really?
Yeah. It was too late at night, so I'm not going to drink caffeinated coffee.
Nice.
Anyways, what did you partake
I didn't have
in
any real ceremonious food,
Okay.
unfortunately.
All right.
But I did focus in, no distractions.
I like it.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's good.
Yeah. So for my notes for the beginning, I just had amazing intro. Coop looks sick. He does look tight.
He does look great.
Giant aged well. He looks like almost exactly the same.
Yeah. And I want to say, I believe his actor name is Al Strobel. He
Really?
plays the man. No, this is the man with the one arm, Mike Philip Gerard. I think he looks younger almost.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
I remember in the show he had like a gray beard, and now if I also another thing I noticed. I don't know if this is maybe a real life thing, but did he always have an eye that was shut?
I don't.
No, he didn't. No.
Yeah,
No,
I think
I
that's
think
been
that's just a result of him.
He's got like a
aging.
Tom York eye.
I mean, it's
I
like
think he does
practically
now.
like shut. Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
I don't know. I think he
Yeah,
looks
the
pretty good
original he
though.
doesn't.
Otherwise, he looks younger now.
So who looks good? Who looks rough? I thought she looked good.
Shelly?
Yeah.
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 Shelly's vibrant. She's as vibrant as ever.
She was like 18 when the show was filmed
Oh,
too.
really?
So
That explains it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Kyle MacLachlan looks great too, and even as the evil Coop, you know, him with long hair is sort of bizarre.
Yeah, I'll take some.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
more
I'll take
coffee
the
for
top
sure. I mean, Kyle is sort of ageless for sure, but when he is as Dale Cooper,
Thank you.
there's images where sometimes there's a flashing light on his face, and you can kind of see the youthfulness kind of come
Yeah.
out with that strobe light or
Totally.
flashing light. And he looks good for sure.
Yeah.
I think Tommy looks. I think Tommy. I don't know. I can't remember his actor name, but the guy who plays Hawk.
Yeah.
Michael Horse's name.
He
That's
like
it.
there's two categories. There's like aged well and like because like Hawk has aged for sure.
Yeah.
But he's,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and he looks
Still looks
completely
tight.
different.
Yeah.
But it like works for him.
Yeah. What did you think of
Lucy?
Lucy? Yeah.
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 Good. Lucy has a computer at her desk. That really threw me off.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was crazy. Yeah. Yeah. But she still was sick Twin Peaks
And
ones.
Oh,
Apparently,
yeah.
there's two Sheriff Trumans.
Yes.
Yeah. What's that all about?
Is Sheriff Truman Sr. going to be in the show?
Don't know that
confirmed
yet,
or
but
denied?
from what I've seen on IMDb, that the character, actor, or whatever, replacing the Sheriff Truman from the show, his character's name is also Sheriff Truman, but it's like Frank Truman.
Okay.
So there's some relation, I gather, or maybe knowing
Son
Lynch,
with
it's just some
Josie?
pure coincidence.
If he opts out of the show, he's dead to me.
Yeah.
How could you opt out?
Well, it's funny you bring that up because it was either late last night or this morning. I read about why Michael Anderson is not on the show, who plays the little man from Another Place, and why he's now replaced by a tree
By a
with
tree.
like a brain that talks. So him and Lynch do not like each other at all. There's some bad blood, and Michael Anderson has accused Lynch of some very serious allegations, which you, the listener, and y'all can look up yourself. But if you follow his Facebook, he is a very opinionated person. He posted the other night,
Rusty old.
just no way I'd watch Twin Peaks. I always thought that show was so boring, except for the scenes I was in. I never understood it. I thought it was cool because I was in it.
Nice.
And he's got a lot of very far-right views
Oh, okay.
of the world. It's sort of disturbing thinking about this lovable character from
Yeah.
a cult TV show being so backwards thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's a
so
bummer.
you will not be seeing him in this
Right.
show.
Isn't that such a heartbreaking thing when you realize that people from your favorite show are actual human beings
Yeah.
with their own thoughts?
And I think
or
disagreement-
political leanings and
Yeah.
interests that you're just like, no, you're not like that.
Yeah.
No.
I think
who you are.
disagreements are fine, but some of the stuff that Michael Anderson says on his Facebook is just sort of like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm glad you're not a part of this show.
Well, sort of touching on like elements from the previous seasons and stuff. I think they did a really good job of just sprinkling it in there and not being like so referential to everything that we're familiar with.
Yeah.
Like there was just enough for me to get like super excited, but also like I'd say 51% of it was content that we had not been familiar with. At least.
Well, at least, man. Here's my theory, in that I was watching it, and I'm a fan of David Lynch's films. I'm talking about.
Wait, what?
I'm talking about films.
Okay, I know that he's been involved with TV.
He is
He's a movie
really
director.
well-known director of film,
Okay.
not just television. I'm talking the large screen, the silver screen, not the
I think he
small
did like
screen.
Star Wars or something like that.
Like when the film gets delivered on the truck to the theater, where that's
Yes,
played.
yeah, that sort of thing, exactly. I was kind of watching it going, okay, I wonder if we're going to see like a dividing line here between Twin Peaks fans and David Lynch fans.
Yeah.
Because I was just watching this going, this is just pure David Lynch, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously it was Twin Peaks as well, but it like, yeah. It was,
He's got control.
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily he wasn't really pandering to the people who just wanted the nostalgia trip,
Totally.
you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, but...
Well, yeah. Let's move on through the episode. We can like talk more about those kinds of things. Next we saw Jacoby. Well, a man walk out of a trailer, a super creepy looking trailer, and we get the reveal that it's Jacoby, which was amazing.
Yeah, trying to figure out
Pulled
what's
off
up
the
with
blue
these
blockers
shovels.
and when he pulled off the blue blockers and you saw like the glasses,
Yeah,
because
it's
otherwise he wouldn't be really that recognized.
No.
That's
Yeah.
the same guy. But he's still wearing the glasses and he's getting shovels delivered.
Yeah, got a lot of shovels.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, we'll just...
Awesome.
I'm just
Cryptic
kind
as
of
heck.
let that be what it is.
Okay, this is maybe we can move on to our. Well, no, we'll do this later.
Okay.
I'll touch back on this, and then we move to New York City,
The Big Apple.
the Big Apple.
They really had me believing that those two characters were going to be in the show for a while
I know.
by the trailer.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought that they made it look like that dude was going to be a creepy killer.
Yeah.
And like take her hostage. I thought like that's what the cube was for. Like, he was
Yeah.
going to like put
Yeah.
her in there or something. But
But David
That-
Lynch doesn't do what's expected.
he doesn't. I mean, and that's the thing
You know?
I'm so sure of after watching these two is like he's keeping me on the edge of thinking that anything can happen,
Yeah,
but really not that much is going to happen.
right.
I think it's going to be a slow-moving show. I mean, there's been 25 years since you've seen anything related to Twin Peaks. I think there's going to be a lot of spacing and a lot of story development in this. Probably a lot of, what you call red herrings,
Yeah.
where you think that these two, it was Tracy and...
I can't remember his name.
Wow, such a non-factor. We can't even remember his name, or forgot to write his name down. But
Were you scared by that being that came into
No.
No.
No, what?
there's a little bit of campiness to it. I mean, Lynch is the ultimate cheesy CGI guy.
Yeah,
at times.
but the tension that he'll like create and like the like quote horror that he'll create like leading up to that reveal is, I feel like it's designed especially for me. Like it drives me insane. Like I can barely handle it. So it doesn't really even matter that it's like that the actual monster is like not that scary and the way they die is not like too crazy. It's just like the tension leading up to it is like that's where the skill is in how scary it is. And it was awesome.
Yeah, I totally agree
It's
with you on
definitely a
that.
hands over the face thing for me.
Yep.
Yeah, I looked away.
My theory on that box, as soon as I saw it, and it's under FBI watch or whatever. Remember, Major Briggs talked about the Black Lodge sometime in the second season. How it's like Project Blue Book.
Yes.
There's multiple portals to the lodge, and so my immediate thought was, and you know, they reveal that some college kid just doing like an experiment, looking for anything unusual. That New York City, this little spot, was going to be perhaps a portal to the lodge.
Yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah, that was great.
A couple things I thought were notable were it was the first time we saw coffee in the show. She brings him coffees.
Yeah. The 2017 version, the latte.
That's
and
the
I
lattes
wrote in plastic
I wrote
cups.
latte question mark.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Okay. And then the second time when the security dude is missing and she comes in, they start making out. I just thought to myself, like, hey man, there's cameras everywhere.
Just making out. How about when they go like to the full bone zone?
Yeah, they go full bone zone.
Full on bone zone.
I loved when he was just sitting on the couch, like watching her, like take her shit off. He's just like,
Give
just
her that
one
look.
long shot of him like staring at hers.
Yeah, that was funny. And then what happened?
And then we get to see our old pal Ben Horn in the exact same office, exact same decorations, same like name
Engraved
thing.
in wood. Yeah.
Yes. And his new secretary, Ashley Judd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. I loved it.
Beverly, right? Isn't that her name? Yeah.
This brings me to quotes.
Yep.
Let's talk about what our favorite quote was.
Well, I think we're all gonna have the same.
I don't know, actually.
Really?
I want to
Okay.
hear what you two
And
had.
the reason why I bring it up now is because it took place in this section.
Yeah.
So
We might be in agreement on this.
you and I might be in agreement.
Go for it.
Favorite quote? Is that mother's hat?
That was my first laugh out loud moment.
Yeah, that was great. And
Killed
it came
me.
relative.
Wait, why am I blanking on that scene?
Okay, so Jerry comes in, they talk.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
very
yeah,
it's
yeah.
very natural. It's like
Yeah.
they're falling into.
Yeah.
It was like incredible to see them doing that again.
The chemistry
And-
definitely was not lost.
Yes. And then they're kind of like talk about what they've been into. There's a lull, and then Ben says to Jerry, "Is that mother's hat?"
Yeah, yeah.
And then it
Just
just
cuts. Yeah.
So is that your favorite as
That's
well?
my favorite.
And that was my favorite.
So
too.
I've
got a runner up to that,
Yeah.
but you go ahead.
So this may be / favorite scene. Hawk is walking through Glastonbury Grove on a cell phone talking to Log Lady. Just goodbye, Margaret. Because that's probably one of the last times she's ever been on screen. Because I mean, I'm sure a lot of people in the Twin Peaks, fandom world, universe, whatever, they all know that Catherine Coulson, I believe is her name, has died.
Yeah. How incredible to get her on film in that state,
And she's clearly sick.
but it
Yeah.
it totally like fits with the tone of the rest of the
Yeah,
show. It's almost
for
like
sure. Yeah.
it's almost like they built the tone around that. I don't think they did.
Yeah,
She
so
It's
almost
like,
did a service to the show and
Yes.
to her character.
Yeah.
In her ailing. Yeah. State.
Favorite scene and probably favorite quote is right there. The exchange that you probably know this is this actress's like very last words, and Hawk just saying goodbye, Margaret.
yeah. Well done, Noah.
Yeah.
Way to read between the lines there. My favorite scene. I'll go back to it.
Let's
I think
talk
my
about
favorite.
scenes.
Let's
we've
let's
got
talk
Noah's.
favorite scenes. Here we go.
Yeah, favorite scenes.
Mine is Jacoby getting the shovels. Because did you guys notice the like sound design score thing in there?
The wind and
There was the wind, but there was the beginning of Laura Palmer's theme, the creepy 3-note thing playing.
Okay, so you heard it.
faintly in there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
no,
Oh,
I
I
didn't
know.
notice it.
It's called Laura Palmer Love Theme. I thought I didn't even hear it once during the first 2 episodes. It's always like such a anthemic part of the show.
Yeah.
But okay, so you heard it. I guess.
It's like the creepy version of it.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
just
I know
that-
which
yes.
one you're talking about.
It was blew my mind.
Oh,
It was great.
That's sick.
Go back
I like
and-
that.
Yeah.
That's tight because that's a brand new scene that doesn't heavily. It's not overly nostalgic or doesn't have the classic Twin Peaks things in there.
Favorite
besides
scene.
the character.
What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene, not even necessarily for the content and what was going on, but when Cooper's in the Black Lodge, and in walks Laura Palmer. And my heart just leapt. It was just so fucking cool to see her. Like, she looked great, I thought. You know, she looked older, but she still looked great. To see her just waltz in that black dress.
Yeah.
And with the red curtains in the background and the floor and everything, I was just like, wow, this is really cool.
That was, yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, the people in the real world that have aged, you know, they're supposed to look like they've lived 25 years in Twin Peaks. And for it to work for her to be, like, just sort of, like, captured in time.
Same with Cooper's character,
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
as well.
They're wearing
Pretty
the
neat.
same thing, like, the
Yeah.
set's the same, they're moving the same. It was just, like, it worked, like, perfectly.
Yeah.
It didn't look, like, forced or anything like that.
No, it
was
didn't. No, it didn't.
so sick.
And I actually kind of enjoyed when she took her face off.
Yeah,
That
that
shiny.
was so
It made me
creepy.
laugh.
Yeah.
Made me laugh super hard.
I believe it's in these first two parts, but she says, "You can go now."
Yeah.
And just
Yes.
hearing that line, you have to wonder what is going through Cooper's mind. Oh, I can finally leave this place, and he's trying to leave. And I mean, we could go on forever about this part, but he's stuck. He can't leave.
Yeah, I mean that's what's keeping me. I mean, amongst other things, but the main drive for me wanting to like keep watching episodes is just I want him to like be released and just like kick ass.
Like, just go kick some
Yeah.
ass,
On Earth.
drink some coffee,
Like-
just be a super righteous dude.
I
But the
can't-
doppelganger apparently has gone by the name Cooper, and he's done
Yeah.
all these horrible things.
I know. Do you think he's sort of like become the Bob? Like he replaced like the physicality of Bob in
Yeah.
the world?
I don't know. That's a really good question because I really expected going into this new season for you know the way you had Leland Palmer possessed, where one moment he's kind of it was more of like a schizophrenic
Yeah.
split personality thing where you had a normal Leland Palmer and then you had a possessed. I sort of expected Cooper to be sort of in and out, and where people just kind of treat him normally, but you know at night
Right,
he
right.
gets out on the loose and he starts killing.
Yeah.
Now it's just a totally different being.
Yeah.
You know, a very I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but just doesn't seem like very possessed. It's like just like a whole new person.
Right, and he has like agency, and he's
All the
doing
FBI
like
laptop.
criminal work
Yeah.
for a reason or something. Well, let's talk about his entrance. Like, there's the headlights going through like the dirt road.
Runner up
the
for
roads.
mice.
Apparently a
Favorite
slowed down version of
So-
American Woman playing.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Holy shit! It sounded so.
It was the sickest thing.
It was so sick and so scary.
So
like
scary.
just
I
seeing like
loved it.
headlights going through there.
Oh, that was so.
And then he absolutely demolishes that guy on the stairs.
You'll need to do better.
Yeah, that was great.
And then when he goes into that house and talks to all those strange folk, that's
putting
when
it lightly.
that's when I felt the Lynchism.
Yeah,
That's when like
definitely.
it
Yeah.
really held on everybody sort of like stirring in their chairs, just sort of like looking at each other without dialogue and stuff like that. It was
Yeah.
like, wow, this is like really taking its time.
Yeah.
Like that was insane.
I think the two Lynch movie type moments for me, because I know Kevin was saying, because there's going to be kind of the Twin Peaks audience and like the Lynch film fan, and the lady at the apartment building with the dog
Yeah.
who's trying to report that there's like a corpse.
Yeah.
I mean that's so Fire Walk with Me kind
Yeah,
of feeling.
totally. Yeah.
But the scene that is most Mulholland Drive like, and it's the same actor, but it's the casino owner, where he's like, "You better hope you never have to deal with someone
Yeah.
like this in your
Yeah.
life." And it's kind of like that diner
That
scene
was
in Mulholland
very-
Drive,
yeah.
where he talks about
Yes.
this vision he had, and they walk behind the diner.
Dumpster.
Yeah, and there's like this
Yeah.
kind of homeless-looking person that scares the living hell out of them. And that scene right there felt so Mulholland Drive to me.
terrifying.
So
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yes.
And my assumption is they're talking about Doppelganger Cooper.
You think so?
That is the impression that I'm getting from it, but maybe I'm wrong.
Is that like the group that's putting the hit out on him, or is he like running whatever like crime establishment is in
That's
Las
all.
Vegas?
That's kind of unclear to
It
me
is,
right
yeah.
now. I mean, it could all switch up.
Right.
You know?
By
yeah.
the way,
So then,
that lady, the lady in the apartment that was trying to help those cops.
Yeah.
And this is, sorry, real quick, my second favorite quote was when those cops. Which that whole sequence was hilarious,
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way. That lady and then those cops. The cops talking to the fucking maintenance guy.
Oh, I
I love
Yeah.
that maintenance dude.
What's that?
I love that maintenance dude.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
another
he,
very Lynchian character
Yeah.
I
for
can't
sure.
remember what that guy has been in, but I remember him from something.
Yeah, totally.
And
But
I love that dude. Yeah.
my second favorite quote of the show was when they're trying to get a hold of the Chip guy, and that maintenance guy goes, "Chip ain't got no phone."
And then
really
I
good.
wrote down, what the hell is the thing that he's talking on that is supposed to be a phone? It's like a gigantic tablet.
come
on.
It's like
Yeah,
super
right.
thick. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, I'll take some more coffee for sure.
Yeah, then we go to Bighorn, which Bighorn, it's cool. Like, it's
But you're talking about Buckhorn?
Buckhorn.
Yeah.
Not Bighorn. That's where it started.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to actually you there, by the way.
I appreciate it. That's where it started to drag a little bit for me. Like,
Yeah.
there's some good stuff there. They're setting up some things. I liked when the one cop kept saying "uh-oh" every time. Like, they, you know what I'm talking about? Like, they
I can't remember.
when they walked down the hallway, which was terrifying, to where the dead body was on the bed,
Oh, right.
and he sees it, and he goes, "uh-oh."
Oh, yeah.
And then later they pull the blanket off, and he looks at it and goes, "uh-oh."
I didn't realize that.
yeah.
That's great. That was hilarious.
Yeah, apparently it's a different body from the head.
Yeah, and the eye is gone. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of those visual effects were hilarious too. Like, they look pretty like gruesome, but also just like pretty obviously like fake and silly looking.
Yeah, like I said,
fine
Lynch
with
is,
me.
Lynch is sort of the master of cheesy CGI stuff.
Every effect of these two episodes were like perfectly bad. Like, they just like nailed what they were going for. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna try to make this look awesome,
Yeah.
but it actually looks stupid. It's just
Yeah.
like it was meant to look dumb.
Here's a question for you. The whole Buckhorn thing, right? Is this season going to be sort of like the TV seasons of Fargo? Where it doesn't take place in Fargo, but it's referenced, and there's like a major scene that takes place in Fargo. Fargo's just always sort of there.
I unfortunately drew a lot of parallels to Fargo.
Really?
Which
Okay.
feels like, we can hardly think that this is going to be influenced by Fargo
Right.
because it's the original,
Right.
But yeah, I think that's sort of. I think that is going to be what's happening. I mean, like, obviously, Bizarro Coop is going to be like the connective tissue
Right.
in Twin Peaks.
Right.
The Buckhorn. But it'll be interesting to see how that connects up.
Right. How the double R's starting to get pretty packed here.
Well, yeah, they get the best pie in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dinner time. It's 9:40 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Dinner time.
Yeah. So let's see.
For what it's worth, just to touch up on Buckhorn,
Yep.
Log Lady's clue to Hawk is that
Something's missing.
it has something to do with your heritage. I think South Dakota has something to do with it.
Oh, okay. Which the having to do with your heritage is a little like might have been a little misstep in writing. I mean, is that fair to say?
I don't know. I guess I don't have any feelings towards it quite yet because it doesn't feel that bad. It doesn't feel like all that natural, but it doesn't feel like.
I guess if it was really bad, the actor who plays Hawk.
Yeah, I think Michael Horst would
the
say.
white male, so it's hard to put myself in anyone else's
Yeah.
shoes. It's hard to understand.
That's a good note, Noah. And then we see Bill Halverson. What's his last name? Bill something. The suspect who's fingerprints are all over the crime scene.
Yep.
Gets taken to jail. Who, like, I did not know he was going to be on the show, Matthew Lillard, but he was awesome.
Yeah.
He looks haggard and old,
Yep.
and his eyes are crazy.
I didn't think he looked that haggard, but yeah, his eyes are crazy.
Not haggard.
I just
but, like,
remember him from SLC Punk, and I guess that
Exactly,
is like
like-
20 years ago now.
Yeah, I think of him as like a young, like skinny dude. And then, and I think we move, sort of like transition to the second episode, which starts with Bill's character in jail.
With that one weird,
Okay.
the black
You're
shadow.
saying when it pans over and there's
that's like another Bob type
I
demon.
shit.
Yeah, that was so
That was
scary.
straight out of Lynch.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the Mulholland Drive diner
dumpster.
homeless
Dude.
person.
I think he intentionally like will create like a super scary visual and then do something to it to like negate how scary it is, because like it looks so scary sitting there, and then his head just sort of like floats off and looks ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know what
Just
you mean. I know
same
what
for you
you're
guys?
saying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
No.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
They just haven't done enough with that character
Yeah.
quite yet, and I'm
Yeah,
curious to see where that goes and why this is even a part of
Yeah.
it.
What I wrote during this part is I hate this. And my next note is I really hate this. And it just got so like boring and sloggy, and I just like I was ready for a little bit more familiarity,
Right.
which came when Hawk walks upon. I think this is where Hawk walks upon the
Glastonbury Grove.
Yes.
Yeah.
and then we see Laura, which was dope.
I was almost positive that he entered. This is what I was thinking. I thought when Laura said you can go now, or it was either Laura or Mike said you can go, and he's trying to escape, and he kind of runs in this, little stuck area of the curtains.
Yeah, he walks down the hallway and tries to get out.
I thought that was because Hawk was trying to enter, because they
Oh,
say
yeah.
like someone is here.
Yes. They're really developing the anticipation of how Cooper is going to get out.
Well, there is that old line that from, I believe it was right after Leland dies in the second season, when Cooper's about to say goodbye to everyone, he says, if I ever go missing, Hawk, I hope you're the one they send to find me.
Yes. Love it.
So I kind of wonder if, but obviously, I think it's maybe not obvious. It doesn't seem like he doesn't gain entry to the waiting room lodge. And he just can't get out because of Doppelganger Coop being in like a coordinate setting where it didn't work.
It's cool to see the new stuff they're doing in the Red Room, like with like new technology and all that stuff. There was that one shot during all the craziness where Cooper, like, I think it's after he talks to Laurie, looks out at like the corner of the room, and the curtains start to just like move around and fly backwards.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That was amazing. I mean, that's just like something they couldn't have done back then that they can do now. That looked like it totally works perfectly.
And in that part, that white horse shows up.
Yeah.
That was in Laura's room before?
And Sarah Palmer, I feel like, saw the white horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've yet to figure out the meaning of that.
Yeah. I don't put too much stock into
No,
like
I don't see
all those things
No.
lining up, but that is like definitely something from the previous.
So that was tight.
Yeah, and then we talked about this before. If there will be flashbacks, I guess there were sort of like flashbacks, but this
Yeah, and
was
that
like
was pretty cool.
yeah. At this point, I wrote I like it because it definitely I got back on board.
Right. When he was talking to the evolved arm, by the way,
Yes.
everyone, the tree arm,
Yeah.
whatever. I was just kind of like, this is.
I think that's the
pretty out
creepiest
there,
part of the whole show so
Think so?
far is
Really?
the tree arm.
I liked
yeah.
when it said I sound like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and whatever sound it made, I can't remember.
And then I love when Cooper looks out
like Muppet Baby style. He like opened the curtains and was seeing Doppelganger Coop driving in the desert.
Yeah.
That's tight.
I thought for a second like he was gonna be able to like open the curtain and let him like drive in.
Oh yeah, right.
Like
I thought
that's
he was
what I'm
gonna
saying. Like,
jump out.
Anything can happen. Like I would not be surprised by anything happening on this show. Like everyone dropping dead,
Yeah.
and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so good. There are no bounds in it.
I think for the first, this is the 2-hour premiere. I was gonna watch everything anyway, but I thought it was really cool.
Yes.
And it's dark.
Totally.
It's dark, like what we were talking about before. That this is Lynch's baby now. Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't think we're gonna have like the llama running into Cooper's face type of humor.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think there's gonna be Andy stepping on a loose board and him getting hit in the face.
Right.
I think there'll be some comedic elements to it.
Yeah.
Like I thought that the lady from the apartment building was kind of funny, and then the dude out, the maintenance guy, that was
That's
comedic.
Right. I'm not necessarily looking for that sort of like slapstick stuff, but the kind of the stuff from the third episode of the first season where they do like the Tibetan rock throw.
Oh, sure.
You know, the stuff where like Cooper's quirkiness starts to like click a little bit,
Yeah.
and everyone gets on board with his like unique
Yeah.
techniques and stuff like that. That's the sort of like vibe I'm hoping maybe develops a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just really depends on the fate of someone like Cooper
Yeah,
as well.
totally.
Speaking of which, that was the kind of the point that I really got hooked on the show.
Yeah.
Was during that whole Tibetan, he's throwing the rocks and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I was like, this is tight.
It's so tight because there's the dumb coffee stuff. Remember, like Lucy comes over and is like, "Anyone want a refill?" And everyone like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is amazing. No, but I am, like I said as we started, I have a thumbs up on Twin Peaks episode 1 and 2.
I mean, I'm all in.
All in.
I'm all in.
I can't wait to watch more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It's nice to
for
have
sure.
appointment viewing.
Yes.
I am. Again, I guess I'm just sort of. I'm kind of going along. I'm not sort of anticipating that it's going to be amazing or it's going to suck. I'm just kind of letting it be what it's going to be, and I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah.
I don't think I can judge it or like truly decide if I love it until good handful of episodes in. But so far, good stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think the fan reaction stuff has been like?
Yeah. Have you found
Let's have
anything?
fan reactions.
Man,
Yeah.
so I have checked out Reddit.
Yeah, I've been steering clear because the first 4 were made available.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit worried about it.
The one nice thing about Reddit communities, and this is, I'm kind of a lurker to that whole world because, I mean, whatever. But the one nice thing about the Twin Peaks subreddit is that episodes have their own thread. And they have a very strict rule at the top, like no spoilers. There's mods on there, and if people post spoilers, they'll ban them. And so on Sunday night for 1 and 2, it was all up, and the comments were really funny. It's like, I have no idea what's, it's kind of like Homer Simpson when you watch Twin Peaks. I have no idea what's going on, but that was great.
Yeah.
That was sort of the feeling with everyone. I was kind of confused by, I saw a couple posters that said, I've never watched Twin Peaks before. Can I just start on this season? And this is so great. And it's like, you're not going to get any of these references.
Right.
Yeah.
But I've heard, didn't they say that they sort of made it in that way? Like they sort of made it so that at least they thought they were making it so that people could start.
Oh, God. I mean, I'm already, slightly confused and puzzled. I can't imagine not knowing any of these character names or their stories.
I think as long as, if people do watch it without watching the first and second season,
They're
they
idiots.
have to know that we don't know anything either.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Like they're not missing really all
But
that
we'll
much.
know some references
except for
here
like
and
Cooper
there.
being in
Yeah.
Purgatory or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that leads me to some fan reactions here. So, I cruised social media, mostly Twitter, just to see what people were saying, and I got a lineup of.
What are they saying?
What are they saying? I'll tell you what they're saying.
So here's a few things. This is all Twitter. So this is from Owen the Hammer, and he said, "Jumping into Twin Peaks at the start of the 3rd season. Someone catch me up."
Yeah,
I thought
good
that was
luck,
pretty
bud.
funny. Then Maureen Johnson wrote, "Honestly, in 2017, 25 years in the Black Lodge doesn't seem like the worst idea." I thought that was cool.
True.
At Surreal said, quote, "James has always been cool." Quote, "Correction, James has never been cool."
Yeah, there was an audible laugh / gasp when Shelley Johnson said that with the crowd I was watching it with. Like, boo, never been cool.
I thought this was kind of funny. Luke O'Neill, 47. "Twin Peaks fan. It's the greatest achievement in television history. 50% of it sucks shit. Me. I gotta check this out." This one, kind of what we were originally talking about with fan reactions, people talking about it. This guy, Mark Brotherhood, wrote, "Do you need to have watched the original Twin Peaks in order to continue not understanding the new one?" And just a couple more. I didn't watch episodes 3 and 4, so I don't know if this is referencing something that's going on, but I hope not, because I thought this was so random and therefore
Rando
kind
humor?
of funny. What?
Rando humor?
Rando humor.
Okay.
And this person wrote, "I can't believe that in the new Twin Peaks, instead of cherry pie, Special Agent Cooper eats ass." What? That's pretty funny.
I don't believe that's in
I don't believe so
anything
either.
so far.
Yeah.
There is a very uncomfortable scene with
That was pretty uncomfortable.
with Doppelkoop that
Yes.
Yeah.
was like, I hope to never hear those words out of Doppelkoop or the real Coop ever again.
Yeah. Just 2 more, guys.
Yes.
Thomas_violence. "So sick of these fake fans only getting into Twin Peaks now. Unlike me, the real fan who got into it only 20 years after it aired."
So true.
So true. And then this last one, I was like, right on. So not necessarily really funny, but I just thought this was really nice and true. "The return of Twin Peaks is a beautiful nocturnal animal no think movies can capture."
Wow.
And I would agree with that. And that sort of sums up kind of how I, overall feel about
Yeah.
his, I think of some people watching the first 2 episodes and just being like, "What the fuck is this?" But
Yeah.
I just kind of, I don't know. David Lynch, his style is just so unique.
Yeah.
Unlike anything else out there, and I respect,
Yeah. Did you guys have any thoughts on? I didn't come up with this, but the glass box and the cameras and stuff as sort of like a metaphor for like the state of TV now. Sort of the way the kid is sitting on he's sitting on like a living room setup. Like he's sitting at a couch. There's like a table there.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there watching it. And he's got all these cameras taking like constant surveillance of everything, which is the way like all show like prestige TV these days are like dissected
Right.
like crazy, like we're doing right now. Like,
Right.
And he's putting away like the film or the digital cartridge in like a storage thing
Yeah.
when it runs out. So yeah, I mean,
Like-
I guess I never thought of it that way because I'm just so focused on like the show,
Yeah.
the story of the show.
Right. I thought that was kind of interesting. It's like a little meta.
Well, again, to Lynch's sort of directing style and his art, there's just so many different things going on like that you can you can make your own story,
Totally. Well, that's.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait. My own story?
Your own story.
Yeah.
What if that
What-
little man inside you says?
What?
Not the little man from another place, but the little
The
man.
little boy
The little voice
says to
inside
me.
you.
Well,
I heard another podcast started talking about this, and they made a really good point that setup in that room is like could be something from like Lost or like, you know, a modern like mystery show, but the focus of that would have been like who, like the real mystery would have been like who set this up,
Right.
like what's gonna come out of there, and like the real like interest point of it in Twin Peaks is just that it's there at all,
Right.
and that like this
Right.
guy
Yeah.
is,
Why New York?
Yeah, why New York? Why does she come and like want to visit him and want to be in there with him?
Right.
I mean, obviously they must have some history together over like the last couple of months or whatever it's
Yeah.
been. Because I don't know, maybe this is a. You know, she barely knows the dude, and she's like, "Okay, I'll go up there in your weird fucking FBI experiment room. Sure, security guard's missing. It's cool." And then, you know, they have just sex willy nilly. Yeah, it was just so bizarre. All of that.
I know what you mean, though. Like, if that was like Lost or something, you'd be gone. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, who set this up?
Who's the billionaire guy?
Who's the billionaire?
And we're still
behind it?
asking those things, but it's not like
Yeah, but it's
the scene just like takes its time and breathes and like focuses on like the weird stuff in between.
Yeah.
Those like main points.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to think of who from past seasons was a billionaire that had a heavy
Like
focus on the lodge.
which would be like Andrew.
Yeah, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
But it's interesting what you're saying though about
Right.
interesting what you're saying though about it got time to breathe.
Yeah.
Because another little interesting thing that someone posted that I was like, oh yeah, that I thought actually was kind of pretty clever was that the original Twin Peaks was David Lynch conforming to television,
Yeah.
and this one is television conforming to David Lynch.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Totally.
on that gold box set, he reveals that he never wanted to reveal the killer of
Yeah.
Laura.
Right.
It's just network pressure made him do it.
Right?
I'm glad that they sort of made him do it, because that would have just eaten me alive, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, we should probably get our checks or get our bills and
Yeah.
wrap it up here.
Yeah.
It was a good time here at the Double R.
Real quick,
It's good to be back here.
It's good to be back at the Double R.
yeah, it's great to be back at the bar.
Yep.
I had the full breakfast, pancakes, eggs, bacon.
Yeah.
coffee.
Hot coffee.
Yeah, it's great. No pie for me tonight.
No. Next time.
Next time.
Eggs, hash browns, toast. It's a solid, 8:30 p.m. dinner.
So, hey, what was your favorite? The thing you wanted to eat from the episode?
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
In the episode, what you want to eat?
What I want to
I
eat?
guess the only thing that I noticed, food-wise, Doppelkoop is at that little diner with the three
Yeah.
crooks. You know what he's eating?
No.
This is just what I saw.
Cream corn.
Corn.
Was he?
I don't know if it was cream corn, but it looked like corn
Wow.
to me.
Yeah. Well, my what you want to eat is definitely Jerry Horn's banana bread.
With weed
Oh, I
in
thought
it.
it was a
Edible.
donut. Okay,
Well,
right.
he describes that
That's
this
right.
is
Yeah.
a banana
But it sounds
bread.
crunchy, like things are falling off.
Yeah, I know. It was weird. It was a really good sound design. I'll have the banana bread sans
The devil's lettuce. I probably would have to too, especially in the state of Washington.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned for the next time we come live to you from the Double R. That's tight.
Best type piece.